Hey y'all, welcome to Lumberjillville. Women's wrestling lives here. Now before I get into today's review, I gotta make something right. Give me a second. Yeah, hey there, Comer Alexa. About that pirate adventure we went on? It was a lot of fun, wasn't it? But I'm gonna need that hat back. It deserves to go back to the rightful owner. So, let me get that thing. Oh.
Over my dead plastic body.
Now that Miss Comer Alexa is simply adorable. So I'll just be taking that hat. Oh, okay, well, why aren't you letting me just? Oh God!
The hat is mine, you.
God, how are you so strong?
How are you so weak?
Okay, so yeah, we both agree that spitting is a little across the line, right? Okay, yeah. Let me just go ahead and take this, set you right up there. Yeah.
Now it's time I take something of yours, Aaron. Soon.
So now that that's over, today I'll be reviewing Battlepack Series 64, Trish Stratus and Lita. Now this is an awesome battle pack, and honestly, there's millions of things I could say about these two women and how they progress the women's division. But there's just too much for this video, so look for future videos detailing their careers and highlights and what they've done to the women's professional wrestling scene. Now let's dig into this figure set. This is one of the few battle packs I would suggest keeping boxed for display purposes. Because it looks so awesome and the inclusion of the Evolution pay-per-view chair makes this battle pack pop. But for the sake of anyone watching, I'll definitely open it up so we can check out the details. The figure's attire is based around their appearance from the 2018 All-Women's Pay-Per-View Evolution, where they opened the event off facing against Mickie James and Alicia Fox in a tag team victory. Now, as I mentioned before, this was such a historical night for women's wrestling that any figures Mattel produces of the women in the attires that they wore that evening, I feel the need to buy. And what's super awesome is this accessory. I mean, this chair is awesome, and we'll cover it first. So as mentioned, the first thing I'll cover is this chair. It's an awesome accessory, and it even looks good in the package, honestly. It's got that Evolution pay-per-view logo there with the WWE trademark at the top. And it's just a solid black chair. It's definitely going to be awesome to put on display with all these women wrestling figures. So I'm not sure what it was about this past year's Royal Rumble Elite Lita that was released, but something seemed off about it. I know the head sculpt with the bangs that came in the package wasn't the best, and the reserve head that they had in there was better, but something was just missing about it. I'll do a full review on that one in the future. So my expectations going into this battle pack weren't the highest. However, they succeeded my expectations, and this is just an awesome Lita figure. Now let's start off by looking at that face closer. So I love everything about this face scan. I think they just nailed her face perfectly. And I love the inclusion of her reddish brown hair that is signature to her look. So her attire is pretty spot on to what she wore that night. I mean, if you look closely, the detail is amazing. She has a pretty generic black top, which is nice because it's not painted on that old-fashioned generic women's mold. It looks like one piece. Her left arm has significant tattoo detail, which, due to the Royal Rumble figure's era, was left out. But if you look at how detailed that is, it's pretty stunning. And what's awesome is on the right side, even though she has that mesh covering her arm, underneath that mesh, you can see that detail over her right shoulder, which is just spot on and so cool. She's also got that fishnet type pattern across her midsection and around her back. And as you can see, the most trademark thing by Lita is her underwear thong pulled up under her pants. And this does a pretty good job of capturing it. However, if you notice, bing bang bong, there's that deep belly button that shouldn't be there. It definitely should be the more superficial belly button that's a little smooth, signifying there's fabric on top. But hey, again, a minor detail flaw. So going to her lower half, the pants are pretty cool because they give the appearance that they're kind of a baggy type windbreaker pant, which does a good job of capturing that. As you can see, it's got a nice gold line going down the side, one vertical and one horizontal. And then if you look on the side of her knees, there's a little Lita logo, which is painted pretty nicely. Going down to her feet, she's got high top boot sneakers with some straps on there, so those look pretty sweet. So yeah, overall the detail is pretty amazing for a basic Lita. Now on to Trish. So here it is, folks, a YouTube channel dedicated to women's professional wrestling. And I finally get to review arguably the most important female wrestler that has ever came along to change a culture, Trish Stratus. Now this figure, as you can see from a distance, is stunning. And in my opinion, this might sound crazy, but it might even be my favorite Trish Stratus Mattel figure. Now let's get a closer look and see exactly why I like it so much. Now I absolutely love this face scan. I feel that this is arguably the best scan that she has had, and I love the huge smile they gave her. But if you look from all angles, this looks just like Trish. And I also love that in her hair, how they gave her the darkish roots that kind of fades into a dirty blonde, just like she had that night. So honestly, the resemblance is striking. So much like Lita's figure, I was completely blown away with the attention to detail that Mattel took with this figure. Now she is wearing that black body type suit with mesh on the thighs and the stomach, which is a very intricate pattern. It's going to be hard to see on camera, but it gives it the appearance that it is see-through to her skin, so it's perfect. And they actually used the correct belly button for that, which is a huge thumbs up to Mattel. Now what I love most about that left arm is that mesh pattern has little segments on it, if you look closely, that appear to make it look ripped in certain portions, which is not only accurate but super realistic to how that material would hold up in the ring. Now if we turn her around, she has that Trish Stratus Wonder Woman type logo that says Stratusfaction at the top and then guaranteed around the bottom, and that's great. I mean, that just looks solid. And she also has a little gold belt type pattern that wraps around the front and goes across her chest and borders her top. Now on to the bottoms. It's just a continuation of that bodysuit, and as you can see, it wraps around the back. Now something about this Trish is mine's waist is extremely loose, and that drives me bonkers right there. But anyway, as you can see, she has nice black knee pads, and above that she has gold lines detailing the accents of her suit. Going down to her boots, she has those black kick pads. And on the inside and outside of her boots, she has the Trish Stratus Wonder Woman type logo, which is a nice detail to add. Now as far as availability goes, Battlepack 64 are not on the shelves in my local retail stores right now, but whenever they hit the shelves, I imagine this Battle Pack is going to be hard to find, because there's not many Battle Packs better than this one, especially in the women's division. This is one of the top. But if you get on eBay, you can find them around $25 to $30, brand new boxed. So honestly, that's probably the way to go right now, seeing as they're sold out on Ringside Collectibles. Overall, I give Battlepack 64, Trish Stratus and Lita, an overall score of a 9 out of 10, with Trish being an individual score of a 9.5, and Lita being an individual score of an 8.5. I mean, any battle pack where you can get these two revolutionary women together with an Evolution pay-per-view chair is simply amazing, and that bumps that score up way high. Because honestly, if you're a collector of the women's division, this is like the holy grail of battle packs. You couldn't ask for a better one. So that being said, even if you're a collector of the men's and women's figures, go out and seek this. It's great. Thanks for stopping by Lumberjoville. Women's wrestling lives here. Make sure to hit like and subscribe and support women's professional wrestling. I'll have 2 to 3 more reviews this week and try to do 3 to 4 weekly. At the end of the week, I have a special Basic Series 109 Lana unboxing and review. So stay tuned, and that'll be coming out soon.